over the session to Shri Narendra Kumar to chair this session, moderate it, and we will have about almost 40 minutes for this session. Thank you very much.
Friends, today we are discussing, we have gone through 2-3 sessions and we have heard expert views about the smart cities, essentials and vision, etc. As was it was rightly observed by the Secretary Urban Development that in the past 60 years we neglected urban planning. Just now we heard one question that why we are not focusing on rural areas. But unfortunately, we have messed up the things in our country. Obviously, everybody knows the reasons. We, as a country, have the best endowment by nature, whether it is cultivable land, the second largest land which is capable of cultivating 3 crops a year, the best flora and fauna, vast coastline, human resources, everything we had got, mineral resources. Despite we have not come up as a very advanced economic nation. I think this focus on smart cities will unleash power and forces which will transform the country and our economy. Our focus of this session is on resource planning. We have heard about the concept and it gives an indication of the requirement. Basically, the objective of a city is to provide living environment and opportunities for economic development. Now, a smart city ensures that the physical capital, the social capital, they both become efficient using the intelligent capital. Now, physical capital is basically the physical infrastructure, the built environment, roads, water systems, power systems, transport systems. Then social capital is basically the skills and knowledge which will contribute to the economic activity, which will generate resources for the city. And then intelligence system, which we are talking, which has become the focus now, that is the wired system using ICT, Internet of Things, cloud computing and all these things. Just before, in the last session, Dr. Mahesh Chandra gave about GIS based mapping and all those activities. This activity was going on for more than 10 years, this GIS based mapping. And till now, he himself gave this idea of only about 7-8 cities, not more. About 7-8 cities, this GIS mapping has been completed. Now we can understand the enormity of resources needed for this and how we are going to plan for that. No, resources are not only financial resources, but human resources, technological resources. When we talk about this usage of ICT and cloud computing, etc., we don't have in-house capacity. All of these imported ones, this IBM, Cisco, they have been in this field for the last many years and they have developed capacities. Ultimately, we will be looking to that. Now, should we look to them or should we develop our own resources in-house? That is a moot point. And our focus, I think, if we focus on that only, our government focuses on that, creating the in-house capabilities, I think we will be not only saving billions of dollars, but also we will be creating lakhs of jobs. When it comes to the financial resources, just one example is sufficient for this gift city near Ahmedabad. The total amount to be spent is 70,000 crores. 70,000 crores over a period of 10 years, and it will create 5 lakh jobs, direct jobs, and 5 lakh indirect. So basically about supporting a population of 20 lakh. 70,000 rupees, 70,000 crores of investment. Now, if we multiply this to all the greenfield cities which are being planned, we can think about the enormity of this. That perhaps that is the reason we are looking to China and Japan for resources. The most important thing is how we are going to plan and coordinate all these resource requirements. This is a very, very difficult task, and we have to set our eyes on this now, right now. We have today 3 panelists who will be giving their expert views on this. Before that, I would like to make some comments. Professor Bose, he told about that vertical growth. I would relate one experience when I was divisional commissioner in Delhi in 2006, perhaps in 2005 or 2006. Mr. Ajay Makan, Minister of State for Urban Development, called me for some discussions. And the ministry was in preparing this master plan for 2020. I told him, sir, you prepare enabling legal framework, invite FDI in real estate redevelopment, and don't go for regularization of unauthorized colonies. Rather, you give them transferable development rights. This was way back in 2005-2006. PDRs be given to all those residents in those colonies and allow the foreign companies, REIT trust or any whosoever is willing to buy out the entire colonies and then give them FAR for redevelopment so that they go to 30-story structures, multi-use, commercial, residential and office space in the same buildings. And this way we can redevelop the entire city slowly. Right now, the horizontal expansion, horizontal unplanned urban expansion in the country, I am talking about 2005, was gobbling up our entire fertile land. If you go towards Chandigarh, towards Jaipur, any city you go out of Delhi, both sides of the highway, which was producing 3-4 crops a year, vegetables for the city, have been a victim of unplanned urbanization. Now, because of this, the requirement of resources increases. You have to provide road infrastructure, power lines, water supply, sewage lines, social infrastructure. You don't have resources. So the ultimate result is this horizontal expansion of built-up area becomes a slum. And we have been creating slums, and Delhi has become the role model for the entire country, and the entire urban space in the country has become a big slum. So the only way out is to go for vertical improvement of the existing urban areas, because Delhi itself can adjust, can take care of more than 2.5 crore population, provided we go vertically up. And I told him, I suggested him, in addition to this, you provide, I gave him an idea, a project being built. The government of India Urban Development Ministry have a large chunk of land near Liberty Cinema. The government accommodations. and give this land to some developer for this type of the concept which I gave, vertical development, commercial, residential and office space, and then relocate the entire population in front of New Delhi railway station, right up to this Paharganj area, so that this land is available. Then we can go for redevelopment of this as the maybe Manhattan of Delhi. But what they did, they came out with a concept of R zone for greenfield areas. The entire land was bought by politicians and big people. I know, I was divisional commissioner. The land was bought up to from 20 lakh per acre till 30 lakh rupees per acre. Thereafter, the circle rate was tripled to 75 lakh rupees. The entire investment of black money was laundered into white. Investment was safe, with huge profit also. And now to add flavor to that, this policy of R zone will give again many times more benefits to those who have bought that land at that time. So whatever policies are being framed are not being framed with the national interest in mind, with the interest of people in mind, but with some other interest. And because of this policy, what happened? The circle rate was tripled. Simultaneously, they also bought posh colonies areas because of the money was coming up. And the circle rate was started increasing. Now, the residential areas are out of reach of ordinary people, not ordinary people, even government servants and salaried people, middle class people. So this type of development, anyway, I'm not hopeful that we can convert the cities into smart cities with these types of policies. Now is the time we have a relook for all urban areas in the country, and as Professor Bose has pointed out, we go for this multi-story structures and new bylaws. Anyway, I will not take much of your time because we have experts on our panel who will be throwing light on requirement resource planning for the smart cities vision of our Honorable Prime Minister.